Hello. I just want to tell you all how thankful I am to be here giving my final all-hands address to the fire department. It's been a long run, a good run, and I think we're in a very good place here as we go out the door. I need you to know it's an honor of a lifetime for me to be the fire chief, to be leading this fire department and the people that make our department, because the people are what is most important, both civilian and sworn. Absolutely fantastic group of people that I've been blessed to be able to work with you all for nearly 37 years. And when I look back over that career spanning close to 37 years, there are a lot of things that I've seen and done that a lot of people don't really think about. So as I came on in 1986 of April, no female firefighters at that time. The very first female firefighter came on in the class directly behind me. Computers, didn't have any computers in the stations, didn't have chainsaws. Down the road a ways, we saw the LA riots, followed by 9/11. I'm just talking about things that really affected us as a department, as a nation. One of the first things I was able to do as the fire chief on this fire department is to promote our very first female chief officer. Honor for me to be able to do that. And then as you go down the road about another year, the COVID pandemic ends up hitting us, the nation, and the rest of the world. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on the pandemic and just talk about all the different things that it did to the department, that it did to the nation at large. We had a big hand in part with the vaccinations, with testing. Our PPE changed. We had to set up an IMT in a very short period of time and then staff it with up to 60 people a day, when meanwhile we're trying to staff all of our rigs as our folks are going out, putting themselves in harm's way each and every day with a servant's heart, both out in the field and here at headquarters. Pretty much everybody had to come into work because they had a job to do and they had to serve the city. We also developed a regional distribution site right here next door. Since then, we moved up to the Worsham warehouse up there, and I believe we're going to have a regional distribution site as opposed to just a local. And one of the big things, the silver lining for me with this pandemic, is how it drew the city together, how it drew the different departments together. We were forced into a position where we had to support one another. We had to come together to bring the city through this, and we did extremely well. We became a model for not only the region, but for the rest of the state, and really as a model for the country. And so with that, I can tell you, as the leader of the Long Beach Fire Department, when I talk about emotion, all I can tell you is how proud I am of each and every one of you. Your perseverance, your resilience, your leadership really carried us through the pandemic and everything that came before it and everything that's going to be coming after it. And I just want to thank you for that and let you know, all of you know, how very proud I am of you. So with that, I'll kind of move forward into the future. What's the future look like for us? Well, I can tell you that Chief Buchanan and Support Services, they've got promotional opportunities set up here for the next year. Certainly, we just finished getting our applicant list for the Recruit Academy. They're going to start testing 1,500 applicants there. We've got fireboat pilot coming up, captain's exam going on right now, Engineers Academy coming up midsummer. Just a lot of things going on for the department that are very, very exciting, very fulfilling for me, because that's our future. We're watching our future keep moving up, and it's fulfilling everything that I saw for the fire department. Along those same lines, all of those things cost money, right? And so we're looking at budget, and I can tell you that this year, as you already know, our budget is solid, pretty much mirrors the budget that we had the prior year. But there is a lot of talk that in the coming budget years, we're going to have a deficit. And so we just need to prepare for that. We need to prepare now. And I can tell you right now, command staff has been preparing for quite some time. And we're going to do our very best to keep everything intact, keep moving forward, and keep serving the city of Long Beach with a servant's heart. The next thing that comes up is the new fire chief, who comes into the corner office behind me. And so, as everybody's aware, this has been opened up nationally. Just a few days ago, they closed the filing on that. I think we have upwards of 20 applicants. Quite a few of those applicants are internal. When I met with the city manager, I let him know that our command staff is solid. They will carry this department the same way they carried the department through the pandemic. We have the talent that's here. And in 125 years, we have never gone outside for a fire chief. And I'm fully confident that when our people get into the interview process and they compete, that's going to come out. Nobody knows our department like our people do. Past, present, future, the culture. They know everything about our city. So all they need to do is go in there and compete, and that's going to come out in the interview process. I'm going to step back a little bit and read something to you. It's called The Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt. And quite a few of you have received this from me in years past. Over the years, I started handing it out to my crews when I was a fire captain. And if you'll allow, I'd like to read it for you and then just make a couple of comments. So it says, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy course, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory or defeat." The reason I'm reading that to you is I want you to know that throughout my career, I have attempted to be that person in the arena. I've attempted to have my feet firmly planted in the arena each and every day that I've come to work and battle for that which I think is right. And I can tell you I haven't always won. I've suffered some pretty good losses, but I've also had some tremendous victories by being in there. And while I talk about me, usually I'm not in that arena by myself. I'm in there with a team, and we're together. As we used to say at Station 2, you got to be like the yaks, horns out and back to back, and we protect each other. And that's the way I've lived my career, and that's the way I intend to live the rest of my life. So I'm directing you, please be that person in the arena. Don't be the person on the sideline. Get in there and battle. You're going to lose some, but you're going to win even more. And so I just want you to follow that and keep that in heart. So the next steps for me, what's my future look like? I'm not looking for another position. I'm not looking to go anywhere else other than home. I want to be present for my family and for my friends. This job, very, very fulfilling, but also takes a lot out of you. And I really haven't been present for my family in about 4 years. And I hope the next person in here has a much better grasp on work-life balance than I did. But I'm just going to kind of rest and decompress for a bit. And so my final direction to you is to love one another. Live our core values, care for each other like your family, because you are. You are our family, and I need you to take care of each other. I'll still be around, and I'll be bopping in from time and again. But with that, we just had Christmas just passed. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. I wish you the happiest of holidays to come. May God bless you and yours, and may you have a happy and healthy new year. It's not goodbye, it's just see you later.